Ladies and gentlemen, reducing the life cycle impact of fruits is not only the title of the presentation, it is one of the many objectives we're aiming for in our company. Speaking of our company, Chiquita Brands International is a global operating enterprise working in 6 continents, having 23,000 employees worldwide. Being famous, of course, for the Chiquita banana, but we are producing much more than just a banana. We're doing pineapples, melons, grapes, limes, mangoes. We're doing processed fruit ingredients like banana puree. We're having juices and smoothies, all under the brand umbrella of Chiquita. We have a considerable business in the US, consisting of fresh salads and fresh vegetables under the brand of Fresh Express. Some of you have seen that in retail in the US. And our company's mission is to win the hearts and smiles of world's consumers by helping them enjoy fresh and healthy foods. That's what stands here. Here we go. This is a bit too fast. The banana business would be the right moment. Here, the banana business. A conventional value chain within the banana business would start in the plantation where the plant would grow, where people would harvest the banana in green color. They would cut it into clusters, pack it in this box that you probably all know. You've seen it probably 100, if not 1,000 times. 48 of those boxes would then fit on a pallet, on a wooden pallet, and it would go into a container and being transported on the road, being chilled down, and would wait near the port until the vessel arrives, still being chilled. The vessel then would go to Europe, would call in a port in the north or in the south of Europe. Then again, somebody would transport the fruit towards a ripening facility. Then we would ripen the fruit from green to yellow. And from the ripening facility, normally there's not a big distance to the stores. That's another transport by road. That's probably about the conventional business in the banana industry. We made quite a lot of changes to that business model, and I'm going to show you some. Some fundamental changes. We started with sustainable agricultural practices under the standards of the Rainforest Alliance. I'm going to give you some examples what it means. We, especially here in Switzerland, together with our partner Migros, and you've heard Mr. Bolliger this morning about many other initiatives of Migros. This is one of many initiatives that Migros is taking together with us. We eliminated cardboard. That box you've seen in the middle is not being anymore in the circle with Migros. And we found a solution for returnable packaging. We have done, or the MIT has done, LCA studies, and we received for that returnable packaging a certification of the Climate Top organization. And we have introduced many partnerships to improve our climate performance. Going into detail of some of the activities, the Rainforest Alliance certification brought us a lot of standards to apply in our plantations. I just name a few. We started to replace herbicides with cover crops. The cover crops would grow under the bananas and would take away the sunlight for all other plants, weeds, etc. So if the cover crops are really covering, we won't use any herbicides anymore. We started reforestation on farmland. The standard tells us if we are not using the farmland, we have to reforest it. The standard tells us as well that we have to put around the boundaries of our big plantations hedges with trees and shrubs that animals or plants could find their way around the plantation. So the reforestation made us plant over 1 million trees and shrubs during the certification process with the Rainforest Alliance standards. Yet another quite impressive figure are the annual 3,000 tons and some more of plastic recycling that we do in the tropics, which is a huge change from what's been the business model in the past. And you see here, you can't see it really properly, it is a blue tile, a ground tile, that leads us the way in the plantation when it's really wet and rainy. These are made out of the recycled plastic of our recycling program. Another fundamental change, as I implemented or said already, is the change from cardboard to returnable packaging with our partner Migros here in Switzerland. Instead of packing a box, we're packing a bag of fruit, putting into a plastic compartment. We call it returnable plastic bulk container. Returnable because we are reusing it. Plastic, as you can see, it's polyethylene and polypropylene. Transporting it in bulk and in kind of a container, and then displaying it in a returnable packaging as well. I show you some impressions how it's really been made. We're packing in the plastic bag, we're knotting in tight, then put 8 of these bags on one layer, put such a layer sheet in between, and then take up the next of the wall parts. In the end, we have such a pallet of RPBC fruit in the returnable packaging. You see a lot of holes here. This is an interesting thing as well. I'm going to refer to that just later on. Because I'm one of the few people really being able to show something, I mean, Mr. van der Borg couldn't take a concrete building with him, so I brought some bananas with me. And this is what we really do. We pack a plastic bag of bananas, and once it's in store, it's ready to display, and you wouldn't need a cardboard box anymore. I will need some 60, 70 volunteers later on to take care of the bananas when I'm finished. The result has been quite impressive. The LCA of the Chiquita box has been done by MIT, and the comparison study, box versus this returnable packaging, has been done by MyClimate. And for the reduction of 17.6%, we received for that returnable packing solution the Climate Top label to be either on the product or on the packaging. The big differences, as you can see, is in packaging. Here's the cardboard. We have to say, in the tropics, the big part of the cardboard is fresh wood, so not much recycling programs there. Here you see the result. You can't really see the result here, but it's significant as well in transport overseas because we're having more than 100 kilo more on one pallet. We're having more than 2 tons in one container. And so far, it's only the Migros volume worldwide. If we could ship a full vessel of RPBC fruit, RPBC packed fruit, it would make a hell of a difference. You see here the transport port to store, which is significant as well. That's basically because we managed to have the call in the right port, so Migros is able to transport their bananas by train, by rail instead of lorry. And we have another reduction in the ripening process. the light blue one. I've mentioned the holes. There is a better airflow with the returnable packaging than with the cardboard system, so there is less energy use in that way as well. Now, this is only the comparison of RPBC versus the Chiquita box. We've done many other things before we've let measure the Chiquita box. I mentioned already the Rainforest Alliance certification, and maybe one change that we've done as well. This is an original, as you can see, still in Spanish. This is just one of the many statistics we have. This is from the Costa Rican daughter company Gobal. They've been working on reducing the emissions in their various processes, and you can see 2007, 2008, 2009, how they've been successful in reducing it. The main part, however, they've been reducing everything, but the main part is here in cold storage, what is called almacenamiento, which was really significant out of two ways. We have new equipment running for the cold storage, and we reduce the time of cold storage, which is, of course, if you have 6 days of cold storage or 3 days of cold storage, it's minus 50%. What we have done, as I said, is the LCA with MIT. We have this MyClimate study on the RPBC system, which is just comparing box versus packaging. We have the Climate Hub certification as best in class for this RPBC system with Migros. And we just started to become member of a new association in Switzerland called Swiss Clean Tech. The very interesting thing about all these initiatives we've been taken, all these, what we called partners, have already given us very good advice how we can further progress in reducing our carbon emission. That's been, not even having the data is an important step, but having good advice how to reduce it was very valuable as well. And we've seen that. And you see here our recent initiatives. We have already decided on additional improvements of equipment. We're replacing 6,000 containers to the latest technology, to best standards there are, and it costs us the fortune of $125 million US. That's much more what we earn in a year. We have a program which is called Waste to Energy, and it's the first industrial biodigester installed in Costa Rica in the facility where we do banana puree. The word industrial indicates that it's not something small that you would have in your backyard. It's a larger plant being able to give us sufficient energy to run the facility. We have an enlargement of sustainable packaging usage as one of the initiatives. We're currently in discussion with 2 retailers in Europe to copy-paste the program that we've done with Migros. We're very looking forward to introduce that in another market and have additional emission reductions. We have a pallet return program. I've been mentioning that 48 of the cardboard boxes would fit on one pallet. That pallet is still a wooden pallet, not a plastic pallet, and we're one of the few in the business really doing such a return program, which is a huge gain or a huge reduction of emissions as well. We're working on ocean transportation efficiencies in many ways. We're trying to make better rotation systems. We try to load more products on the way back to the tropics, and of course we want to run as full as possible to really have the highest efficiency, and of course we're working on the vessel itself, on the quality of the engines, etc. We have a ripening efficiency program in place, and the ripening efficiency program has just started, and we want We want to build a new facility, a new ripening facility in the Netherlands, and we have quite high objectives with that new facility. We want to switch from road to rail. Migros is by now the only customer in Europe doing regular transport on the railway. All other customers would be delivered by road, by truck, by lorry. We want to have better assessment of buildings. We want to do building improvements, be it in ripening facilities, be it in office buildings. We want to grow our partnerships in nature and community projects, and those, as well as the climate protection, are part of a larger scope within the company. It starts with the base, our core values. If you happen to receive one of our cards, you'll see on the back side our core values, the way we do business. Integrity, respect, opportunity, responsibility would be the 4 main core values. They are the base for our code of conduct, 60 pages, a little booklet that everybody in the company is trained on the behavior we operate. We have the sustainable agricultural practices certified by the Rainforest Alliance. The Rainforest Alliance certifies social standards as well. There we have the Social Accountability International certifying us with SA 8000 as well. We have, for food safety, we have the Global Gap certification. We have these nature and community projects. Just a word on that. We have started with a pilot project in Costa Rica, once again with our partner Migros, to run a program in a certain place where we have as objectives a biodiversity protection. We're building additional income opportunities for the community. We're doing environmental education, and we have, as base of the whole thing, a real involvement of the communities. We already copied the idea of the nature and community projects to other places in our production areas, in Panama, for instance, and it looks like we would find this year new partners to partner with us as well. Freedom of association, a big word, shall be guaranteed through a framework agreement with the IUF, the International Union of Food Workers, which is probably not so interesting in Europe, but in the tropics it makes a lot of difference. And climate protection, we've just seen, we're working on many things. One of it has just been approved by Climate Top as best in class. It's this returnable packaging. Thank you.